afternoon, everybody. We've got most people who've entered the waiting room already, but we might get a few more as we go along. But good afternoon. It's lovely to see you all. Welcome to our session for RAP for Language and Literacy workshop. Our session this afternoon is part of our Imagine If digital conference series, which this year is exploring the theme Imagine if creativity gave us the freedom to learn without inhibition and to accept mistakes as part of our lifelong discovery. My name's Susie. I work for Culture Bridge North East. We're part of Arts Council's national network of bridge organisations connecting the education and cultural sectors to enable better access to quality arts and cultural education for all children and young people across the North East, no matter what their circumstances. Working with me today, I've got Danny, who's our digital stage manager, who's taking care of all things digital. So Danny will be keeping an eye on the chat. If you have any technical issues from your end throughout the session, please feel free to drop Danny a line and we will try to sort that as well. I'm going to run through very quickly through a few housekeeping things for this afternoon before I hand over. So firstly, at the moment, everybody's muted. If you can stay like that until we get into smaller groups, unless you're speaking, that will be really helpful, and to have your setting on speaker view so that you can see who's presenting. If you could put your name and your organisation, I know that most of you have that anyway, but if you could put your name and your organisation into your Zoom name, that would be really helpful, just so that we can see who's here and who we're talking to. I'd also invite you to put your pronouns in as well if you would like to. If you've got any questions throughout the session, then please put them into the chat box and we'll see if we can get through to them at the end. If we don't have time, we can always gather those together and address them by email later as well. We asked for consent in your booking form, but this is just a reminder that the session's being recorded to be used as part of our Imagine If digital conference resources. If you would like to share any of your experiences about the workshop on social media, please include our Twitter handle, which is @CultureBridgeNE, using this year's conference hashtag ImagineIf21. I'll put those in the chat so you've got them as well. And now I'm going to introduce you to today's speakers. We have Rebecca Johnson. Hi, Rebecca, who is from Musinc. Musinc is a strategic partner in Tees Valley Music Education Hub and is the lead organisation for musical inclusion in the Tees Valley. It works to provide opportunities for musical engagement and learning for people of all ages and abilities. I'd like to also introduce you to Shaq. Hi, Shaq, who is a rap musician and practitioner who's been working with young people across Tees Valley, and also to Emily Smith, who's a musician. Hi, Emily, musician and educator, teaching singing to children and adults in many different educational settings and community-run projects as well. Right, that's everything from me. I'll hand over to Rebecca.
Thanks, Susie. Hi, everyone. Nice to see you all. I'm not going to say any more, really, because Susie introduced me brilliantly. So I run Musinc, which is a youth music funded programme for the Tees Valley for musical inclusion. So we work to provide opportunities for young people in challenging circumstances or facing barriers is the new sort of more common term for it these days. I'm going to hand over straight to, is it Emily or Shaq? Can't remember who was going to kick us off. I'll leave it to one of you two.
It's Shaq.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Hope everyone's well. My name's Shaq. I'm an up and coming artist from Middlesbrough. Just recently had a little bit of success, and I've been doing a lot of workshops with Musinc, going into youth centres, and I'm working with the young people really, and even going into the parks and things like that, and getting stuck in. So it's really lovely to meet everyone, and I hope we have a great session. Is it over to Emily for the warm-ups, or?
Would you like the video played, Shaq?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah, sorry about that. Almost forgot.
There was dark days, I was in a hard place, I had to part ways, I was sick of heartache. But now I wanna live my life, pedal to the metal and never settle, just like a car chase. I used to act a rebel like Scarface, now I've roped it up a level like Sane. Blood in, blood out, streaming like a large vein, dreaming of the life I wanna have, I need a start date. Let me tell you what I know about good friends, the type that raise you up when it could end, the type that have you back when it was backed off, the ones that put you on track for blast off, the type that stand you up in a standoff, they're the type that guide your head when your hands drop. I'll give you everything like a jackpot, and if we don't get it, we can team do a bang job. In the sun rays or the rainfall, if you feel pain core, what you feeling shame for, tell me what you aim for, what you change for, tell yourself you will never fail at the same was. Life lessons, write the right message, the brightest light shines in the darkest dimensions. We're not far from a fine ending, from afar I read the lines it said. Friends, oh I get by with my friends, oh I get by with my friends, yeah I get high with my friends, oh I get by with my friends, oh I get by with my friends, oh I get by with my friends, yeah I get high with my friends, oh I get by with my... I used to think I didn't achieve, then I realized all I did was limit beliefs. Now I look upon the river and seas, magnificent trees, the power of the sun will help me deliver the peace. I live for the blistering heat, the history deep, shrouded in a mystery, seeking while the picture was bleak. Still we do the victory speech about the way we woke up and start kicking the beast. Oh yeah. Friends who listen with patience, quick, not superficial. Acquaintances, not those who rip you, make you sick, just those who lift you, make you think. To the ones that text me about my day, not the ones that left me to doubt my ways. For the ones accepting me for my past, I keep protecting you till you're around my grave. You don't need to look behind anymore, let it be. Many more signs, still many fall. Energy, let it all shine, and you get it all. Enemies wanna see me die, so I'll never crawl. I wanna see you fly till forevermore. Flashbacks, get them all the time when my head is warm. I'm headed for a change with a better cause, and I seen a sign when I read a saw. It said, friends, oh I get by with my friends, oh I get by with my friends, yeah I get high with my friends, oh I get by with my friends, oh I get by with my friends, oh I get by with my friends, yeah I get high with my friends, oh I get by with my... Cut him out, get him out the picture, running out of time in life. I said I missed you, I'm loving every minute that passes by. You give me hassle, I lie, crack a smile, but still we need people we can turn to, people we can count on, people that deserve you. Cause there's people that will hurt you, people that will never be happy until they learn truth. Sun rising, sun shining, that sun will make its way to you. In the darkest rooms, the light will break through. The horizon surprising, don't suppose you know the way, do you? If you follow me, then I'll take you to a place with friends and family, to alleviate stress and agony. Do you feel pain? Do you have any? Don't become a tragedy, you can speak and live happily. We're gonna get there gradually, give back and be at one with the planet. We are gonna explore space in the galaxy. Then I see the banner with some lyrics and a hat I read. Friends, oh I get by with my friends, oh I get by with my friends, yeah I get high with my friends, oh I get by with my friends, oh I get by with my friends, oh I get by with my friends, yeah I get high with my friends, oh I get by with my...
Excellent. Is that still playing or is it switched off now?
That should be off. Hopefully no one can still see it or hear it.
Excellent, yeah.
Okay,
Look.
Fab. I think
Okay.
that's over to you, Emily.
Thank you very much. That was brilliant, Shaq. I love that video. The first time me and Shaq did a session together for a group of teenagers, they said to us as we walked in, which of you is the opera singer and which is the rapper? I thought it was very obvious, but anyway. So I come from a very different background in that I'm a classically trained singer. I did opera at music school. And since then, I've done a lot of different roles. But the main thing I do is I'd say take classical music into unlikely settings, be it with homeless people or GP referral choirs, and a lot of going into primary schools as their main music teacher, and some secondary schools. And when I heard that there was a rap singer going around in Middlesbrough, I was just like, we've got to get this guy. I want to do something. I want to get involved with this guy. This is something that would be incredibly appealing to the schools that I work in. And there's many reasons why rap would work within all areas of the curriculum. And working with children from early years up into secondary age, you realize that children have embedded in them a sense of rhythm and rhyme from a very young age, be it a child being rocked to sleep, and they have a natural desire to experiment with rhyming words from really young. You can learn lots through using rhyme, be it a song, a rhyme to cross the
Looks like Emily's just frozen for a moment, so let's hang on to see if we can get her back in. Emily, pop in the chat if you can still hear us. I think you're frozen for everyone.
I mean, if you want, while we wait for Emily, I can just keep the ball rolling. I think what Emily was getting onto there is with rap and poetry are basically the same thing. They go hand in hand with each other. So figurative language is so important, and there's so much you can link into that. There's metaphors, similes, the list goes on and on. There's alliteration. So the way you can link in rap or poetry in with the curriculum, there's so many benefits you can actually get from it, because if you have a subject, for instance, you can incorporate it into the raps and make it more memorable, more fun. And there's just so much. Well, here she is to save the day now. There we go.
Emily, you're just on mute still, but it looks like
I don't know what happened there. Did you hear anything I said? Trust anyway. Sorry, did you hear anything I just said? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes. I mean, we heard up to you were talking about linking rap to the curriculum,
yeah,
and children having a natural.
Yeah. So the idea being that adding a rhythm and a pulse helps reinforce information in our brain in an ordered way through this repetition. But looking specifically at the English curriculum, reading and writing and grammar and vocabulary, which I know Shaq is going to look at in more detail and do some little games with that. The main area that it obviously can link in with is the spoken English, that pupils should be taught to speak confidently and effectively, including through using standard English confidently in a range of formal and informal contexts, which is perfect for rap, and giving short speeches and presentations, expressing their own ideas and keeping to the point, again, can all be used in a rap form, improvising, rehearsing and performing play scripts and poetry in order to generate language and to discuss language use and meaning, using role, intonation, tone, volume, mood, silence, stillness, and action to add impact, all that can be used with the tool of rap. And something, as a music teacher, when I go in and do a session for the first time, I would never expect these pupils to immediately start singing. We'd do spoken stuff first and rhythm, because obviously singing is a much more vulnerable thing and you feel very put on the spot. And so speaking as a group unites people and they feel kind of all working together, and the unity of being in time together is something that's really important and instills a sense of confidence in people. That said, we're going to do some rhythm games like that I would do at the beginning of most sessions, be it, you know, a really formal choir session or a group with children. And I know that Shaq does rhythm games as well in his lessons. So, if you can we stand up, please? I'm just going to move my thing there. And just very simply, we're going to march on the spot. And we're going to count to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Now we'll do it in our head. So we're internalizing this 4 beat. And this time, we're going to clap on the first beat. So, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Brilliant. Now we're going to clap on the 1 and the 3. 2, 3, 4. Brilliant. So they're learning also about crotchets and minims and semi-breathes. Now we're going to clap on every beat of our 4 beat. And now 2 claps to every step. And now 4 to every step. And standing up straight. I'm going to turn a circle as we do it. So it's very flamenco. After 3, shout ole. 1, 2, 3, ole. Very good. Okay, so now on your chest, just get this beat going. And this is a nice way to start a session, very kind of calm. We're not marching. And I'd really insist that every person is feeling this rhythm together, that we're all united with this beat that we've got going. And then just repeat after me, and you could do any words here, but we're starting to now introduce spoken words. So H-E-L-L-O. H-E-L-L-O. This is how we say hello. This is how we say hello. Move your feet to the beat. Move your feet to the beat. Can you feel your heart beat? Can you feel your heart beat? So keep going. And we could increase the volume a bit. So again, H-E-L-L-O. This is how we say hello. So we say, move your feet to the beat. Can you feel your heart beat? Can you feel your heart? Very good. Excellent. Now this little rhythm exercise is a little bit tricky at first, but it really gets everyone very, very focused and concentrating. So the first thing we're going to do is just count up to 8 and then back down. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's what we're going to do. Let's just do that. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. And once everyone's doing that all beautifully in time, we can progress it. And now we're going to click on the 1 and we're going to clap on the 3. Okay, here we go. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Marvelous. Now, on the 5, we're going to nod our head, okay? So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brilliant. Now on the 6, we're going to do a jump. So we're going to go from the 5 on a nod and then a jump on the 6. This is where it gets very, very complicated. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Apart from I did the clap and the click the wrong way around. Got no excuse for getting that wrong because I've got it written down. Here we go. I'll do it one more time. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. And then finally on the 8, you do a stamp with one foot, and on the other 8, you do a stamp with the other foot, okay? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it one more time, a little bit faster, and then I think we're getting some similes going, Shaq, and alliterations. Yes. All right. So one more time through this, and then over to you, Shaq. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done, everyone. That, I can see that was absolutely perfect from all of you. So over to you, Shaq.
That was amazing. Thank you, Emily. Yeah, so I think I was just touching on it a little bit before, and I was saying rap and poetry go hand in hand. So if you've done a bit of poetry, you've actually wrote a rap as well. There's so much that gets overlooked, I feel, with rap, because maybe it might be the stuff the mainstream media is pushing out when it comes to rap. It's not always the deep, meaningful stuff when there's so much of that out there. So there's a lot of figurative language in rap, as I say. There's metaphors. So can anyone in the chat give me an example of a metaphor by any chance? No, if it's no pressure, by the way, let me know and I can give an example. I'll give you a little minute to think of something. Get confused. Yeah, I still do as well. So a simile, a good way to remember a simile, there's always a like or a as, like as big as a tree, strong like an ox. There's so many, and a metaphor would normally be like, I'd say, you are an ant, I'm a lion. There wouldn't be a like and an as in there. So my heart is a tree, time is money. There, look at this. Raining cats and dogs. I love it. So that's a metaphor. And we've got similes, which is a similar. But you can go so deeper into it as well. We can use a paradox. So for instance, I don't know if you caught the lyric in the Friends song, and one of the lyrics I say, the brightest light shines in the darkest dimension. So we know light's not going to shine in dark, but it's a paradox, and it goes beautifully in the lyrics as well. So yeah, there's so much to take into consideration when writing those raps, because there's so many tools you can use from the English language. And I know myself, I wasn't great in school. I wasn't the best behaved, but falling in love with the English language really pushed me to want to learn more. So you'll be surprised at how many people will take onto it, especially if there's a little budding poet or MC in the class. They'll really love it. So I'll quickly move on. I want to do a quick game called Shakespeare or Hip Hop. So if you can get your chats ready for this one, because I want to see if you think it's hip hop, just put a little H in there. If you think it's Shakespeare, just put an S in there. All right. Let me get these examples up. So first of all, can everyone hear me all right, by the way? Yeah, good. So all my pretty ones, did you say all Shakespeare or hip hop? Oh, there's a good mix in there. There's a good mix. It was actually Shakespeare. So it's let's see, let's keep going. I'll teach you how to flow. Shakespeare or hip hop? Hip hop. Got a lot of hip hop. So it was, I'll teach you how to flow. Shakespeare. We got a lot of hip hop in there. We got Emily saying Shakespeare. It was actually Shakespeare again. So let's go number 3. May the Lord forgive us. May the gods be with us. Is that Shakespeare or hip hop? It's tricky, it is tricky. Got a lot of hip hop on that one. I think you're getting the hang of it now. That was hip hop. It was actually Kanye West. Let's move on to question number 4. I count myself a king of infinite space. Is that Shakespeare or hip hop? Whoa. I count myself a king of infinite space. Hippie hip hop. That was actually, is that everyone's answers in it? I'm finding it hard to keep track of it, how many of us there is, but that was actually Shakespeare. Number 5, my beloved, let's get down to business, mental self-defensive fitness. Hip hop or Shakespeare? That one, I might have gave that away with the way I said it. Okay, we'll do a couple more of these. Dark as the midnight hour or as bright as the morning sun. Shakespeare or hip hop? That's dark as the midnight hour or as bright as the morning sun. It does sound very shit. It's actually Kendrick Lamar, who was a rapper from Compton, Los Angeles. Let's do one more. Actually, we'll do a couple more. We'll go up to 10. So he speaks plain cannon fire and smoke and bounce. Shakespeare or hip hop? Say again, yeah? No problem at all. He speaks plain cannon fire and smoke and bounce. Is that all right? That was your man Shakespeare. So 2 more left. Mind in one place, heart in another. Shakespeare or hip hop? I like how there's a lot of mixed answers, isn't it? That was a gentleman by the name of Lil Wayne. So number 9, our cakes dough on both sides. I'll say that again. Our cakes dough on both sides. Shakespeare or hip hop? Our cakes dough on both sides. That's Shakespeare. And last on the list, I didn't cry because my anger let me feel for a stranger. I didn't cry because my anger let me feel for a stranger. Yep. So everyone's answers in. That's the last one there. That's actually Tupac, so it was hip hop. I love doing that little exercise because it really does just remind you how close the two are together. So I know there's a lot of stigma around rap and hip hop, and it shouldn't always be like that because there is a lot of deep, meaningful songs and lyrics, and there's a lot to learn from it as well. And there's a lot of great use of the English language. Okay, so I think it's time for a little exercise. I don't know if we're going to do, we're going to break off into rooms here, but what I want to do, with everything that we've gone through, metaphors, similes, don't want you to put too much pressure on yourself, but I want to see if you can come up with 4 lines of lyrics. So just 4 lines. If you can include alliteration in there, buzzing bee, whatever it is, get it in there. And yeah, if we can break off into rooms, we'll get cracking.
I think, Shaq, sorry, we were going to maybe think about a theme. What we're going to do?
Oh yeah, of course.
We were maybe just going to say if there's topic that you're studying in class at the moment, a particular topic, maybe use that as a theme. You know, whether it's Vikings or space or animals or anything like that.
Does anyone have a suggestion? Are we all good to go? Or?
If you can't think of a theme, just.
I'm liking the sound of Vikings. Don't know about anyone else.
It's just because my little one's doing Vikings.
Whoa, come on. We can all think of all the things we can rhyme with a long boat. So I'm.
Bev in the chat has suggested a rap about Zoom.
Yeah, why not?
It sounds like people have different ideas, so just go with what you feel. So I'm going to open the breakout room, so you'll get a pop-up on your screen that'll invite you to join if you just click OK or accept. Shaq, how long would you like for this exercise?
Shall we say about 5 to 10 minutes? Or longer? Do you want to do a bit longer?
How about we go for 10 and then we bring people back and see if they need more time?
Fantastic.
Okay.
Should we let them know how many lines we're wanting?
Yeah, 4 lines if possible. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, but if you can do 4 lines, that'd be absolutely fantastic.
And so we're leaving it that you can choose anything you want, or are we going with it?
I like the idea just to give you the creative freedom, and also if you've got inspiration already, you can draw from that. So yeah, whatever comes to your head. 2 lines would be fantastic, but if you can do 4, that would be excellent.
Okay, great. So I'm going to open the rooms now. So if everyone can just click on the pop-up they get, that would be fab. And we'll see you all soon. Okay, that looks like we've got everyone back. Shaq, did you want people to share some of the stuff that they'd worked on?
That would be amazing if so.
Okay, is anyone feeling brave enough to read their rap aloud? You don't need to rap it if you don't want to, you can just read it off the page.
Yeah, just reading it would be fine.
I don't mind going first.
Great, thank you, Christine.
We chose animals as our theme and kind of aimed at early learners. I have 2 dogs that are like balls of fluff. My donkey is soft but likes to act tough. I have a goldfish with a short memory span. Say hello to the animals clan.
Amazing, love it. I had a few similes and metaphors in there, so fantastic.
Would anyone from any of the other groups? Oh, I see Amy, you've unmuted. You want to go?
Yeah, we didn't get as far as similes and metaphors, but we thought about, we've got Children in Need Day in school tomorrow. So for children in need, put on odd socks, bring some cash, put it in a box, train your body, train your mind, keep fit, be kind.
Amazing, I love it.
I'll do ours if you like.
Yes, please, Rachel.
So our theme was Christmas and elves. The workshop's full of little elves putting presents on the shelves. Bing bong bang go big church bells. It's nearly Christmas, Mrs. Claus yells.
Quality, I love it. Got a nice alliteration in that one.
Shall I do? Do you want me to do one, Shaq?
Oh yeah, go ahead, Emily. I
just ran down there to try and get a costume, but it's just too much. But
yeah.
Anyway, so this honestly happens to me every single night. Every night when I think my kids are sleeping, I hear footsteps cross the room. The little blighters are creeping to get in their battle gear, no matter what I'm liking, because they're going to beat their mother up, both dressed as scary Vikings.
Excellent, excellent.
I had a Viking hat downstairs, but I couldn't find it. Yeah.
Oh, amazing stuff. Is that all the groups?
No, we had
no.
one.
Yeah.
But I wasn't going to say it. So was it Rachel or Emma? Do you want to say ours?
Yeah, Alex, Millie, or Rachel, if someone.
Millie.
is keen to
Millie's got.
share.
I knew I was going to be dropped in it there. Ours is a bit deeper and a bit darker, I have to say. So we've got trapped in my claustrophobic cave, attempting to be brave. Fear engulfs me like a wave. Out here, there's nothing safe.
That was very good. I really like that one.
Probably say the theme. The theme was
Yeah.
what was it again?
The Stone Age.
That's it.
Really good stuff. I'm really impressed. I think it's great, isn't it? And it just shows like it's harder than it seems to get the thoughts in here onto paper and make it rhyme and add and all that stuff on. So it's a real great skill to have and to build on. When I was in one of the groups, someone touched on what if they're struggling with the rhyme side of things. So if you're in a lesson and struggling with the rhyme side of things, you can use that as a little what's the word? Like a little task at the beginning, a little icebreaker. You can put a word on the board and just rhyme it 7 or 8 times, or however many times, and then and from there you can tell them to go away and incorporate those rhymes into their lyrics. Or you can even throw the subjects at them on the board. So if if it's Vikings and it's like a certain event and you want them to remember incidents that's happened around a certain event, you can throw them in there and stuff. So there's so many ways you can actually give content for them to expand on as well if you feel like they're getting stuck or something they struggle on.
So just to elaborate on ours, so we actually, the one that Millie just read out was we started with a simpler one. So with the Stone Age, we started with quite basic 4 lines, which was trapped in my cave, trying to be brave, fear hits me like a wave, out here there's nothing safe. But then we sort of said, well, how can we make it more, like use more complex vocabulary? How can we extend it so that we get some similes in there? And that's when we came up with the kind of the end point one, which was I didn't write it down, I just wrote down the basic one, but the one Millie read out. So it's just a case of saying, well, how can we change like fear hits me like a wave? So we changed hits me to what was it, engulfs me or pulls me under like a wave. And then there was trying to be brave, and it was thinking of, well, what's a better word for trying? We came up with attempting or striving. So that's the kind of where we went about it. You could have a basic 4 rhyming lines and then look at it and go, well, how can we add some bits in there? Or then we added the alliteration with trapped in my crazy cave, I think was one of the suggestions, or fear engulfs me like a willful wave or something like that. So we were just kind of trying to add those little bits of alliteration in just to develop it a little bit more as well.
Yeah, I think that's a real good technique to use. Keep it simple and then add and add. Yeah, great stuff.
So I think we were going to have like a bit of Q&A, if anybody, this is the point where we can have a look, because I'm just not looking at the time, we've got 9 minutes left. If we have a bit of Q&A, then I think Shaq's got another video that we can share with you. I don't know, Shaq, you want to talk a little bit about what the next step would be, maybe if you were doing this in the classroom, in terms of moving that, once you've got the rhymes, in terms of transforming that into a performance and talking about the beats and things.
Yeah. I mean, of course, like YouTube can be your best friend here, because you can go on there and find some just simple beats to put on and take it up to the next level if that's what you wanted to do. So, and get them to actually put the lyrics over the beat, and exercises like Emily's rhythm exercises with 1, 2, 3, 4. That they're absolutely perfect for things like this, because each bar has got 4 beats in it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So and if you want to write 4 lines, for instance, it's really good for rhythm, because you can put the rhyme on the 2, and then on the next bar you can put it on the 4. So you can really experiment with the rhythmic side of things as well, which just makes things a bit more fun. But it can be challenging, but it's something that maybe if we could do another one of these and expand on that side of things would be fantastic. But just experiment and have fun with it, put a beat on, and I bet there'll be a couple of people in the class that'll lead the way anyway.
Thanks,
Hello.
Shaq.
No problem.
Shaq,
Hi.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sure. I was just wondering, you were saying like putting a beat with the words. I wonder, have you used any of those sort of like looper apps that you can get on iPads or things? I'm just experimenting with I don't know the right way to say this. Is it LoopCQ or LoopCK? There's a thing you can get on the iPad where you can put your own sort of beats on it. I wonder if you've ever done that in the classroom with a group of kids for like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very similar, very similar. So if you've got an app that you've got there handy, then might as well utilize it. But it's very similar stuff, just a simple beat. What I'd normally do with I'm sure you've heard of Stormzy by now, but on his album he's got some more deeper songs. So what I'd normally do is there's a song with a chorus on there already, and I get him to fill in the verses. Well, first we'd count the beats out, but just if you've got a simple beat, get it on loop. And take it from there. No, there's no point really overcomplicating it with the music.
And
side.
does it work well with kids in school? Have you tried it? Is it like successful? Does it suddenly take on a new sort of level when you start using beats with them?
It does, yeah. Especially those that are so. Yeah, it really does, because it just gets the moving, just the beat, and it just adds an extra element rather than they're used to being sat down at a desk writing all the time, but they're not always used to having the music playing and doing it with the tune. So it just adds that extra element, really makes it a little bit more exciting, I'd say.
All right, thanks for that.
No problem.
I think going back to what Emily said at the beginning about the beats, when you put a beat to something or a rhythm to something, it really strengthens memory. So if you put in those, that's why we tend to remember song lyrics, because it's not just the pitch, it's the rhythm and the beat behind it. And it's the same with sort of chanting and rhyme and rap, because so if you want them to remember something to do with the topic, or dates of battles and history dates and things like that, or important information, it's a really good way of doing it, because it'll stay in that memory bank.
Yeah, well, it could have like a few key terms, like I don't know, Battle of Hastings, and then you add the rhymes in there, so you'd be like, I want these events in these lyrics, and then they have to figure out how to get them in there. But yeah, I feel like it's been good, but there's a lot to take in, especially with the English side of things. But I'm sure if there's stuff that you're already doing in the lessons that you can use your imagination and incorporate them in. It doesn't have to be strictly like just exploring the English language. It could literally just be an exercise for rhythm or an icebreaker at the beginning of the class.
Anybody have any more questions or thoughts or comments? Anything? No. Okay, I'm just going to say one thing and then hand it over to and we'll watch Shaq's other video. Just to say that if Shaq's available, I'm just putting you out there, Shaq, if you don't mind. Shaq's doing some workshops for us on where we can develop this idea. This is obviously an hour introduction to it and how it might work in the classroom. If you'd like Shaq to come into school or anything like that, we've got some details on the website for workshops that Shaq and Emily as well are running in the spring term after Christmas. So those are the information's on our website, musinc.org.uk. So check those out and get in touch if you'd like to book anything.
Thank you, Rebecca. Just before we play the video, I'll just jump in and say thank you so much for this afternoon. Thanks, Shaq. Thanks, Emily. And thank you, everybody who's come along as well. I realise it's been a very hands-on session, and that only works if you join in. So thank you so much for giving everything this afternoon and your time. Our workshop this afternoon has been recorded and it's available if you want to use it for your reference. It'll be on the Culture Bridge North East YouTube channel from next week, so you can rewatch it there. Danny is going to put a link in the chat to our feedback form that link has also been sent to you in your email as well when you signed up. So you have it there as well. You don't need to copy it straight across. If you want to join us tomorrow, we've got an amazing session tomorrow with Lego Foundation, which should be really, really interesting. So it'd be lovely to see you if you have availability tomorrow. It's been an amazing week. But thank you. I think that's it from us. Thank you for coming this afternoon, and we really look forward to seeing you again. Danny, if you could, I think we'll end perfectly on Shaq's video.
There's a God that Lord take me. I never let these laws shape me. I see the frauds in the all sneaky. I'm trapped. I hear my call when these walls hit me. They lock me in like there's no escaping. If I'm asleep, then please wake me. I'm trapped. I need more space. Pushing apart like a galaxy. Crack the coastal, never been safe, never embraced. But don't get it mixed up. Deep down, you know that it will never be the same. I'm trapped like Julian. Flashback to the past, black mass with the back fast track for the cash for who win. I'm a big man, don't care what crew you in. Facts. I was raised with the folks and hooligans. Back then I was young and foolish, drug abusing with the white and Peruvian. Ignite the truth, fight like a Nubian when I put hand to the ball. I craft these lyrics from stone so vivid like Michelangelo's dome. A couple times I've messed up, back to the ropes, that angle and roll. I'm a goal with a champion floor. You ain't got a chance, so you all let your man in that no. I'm shouting from my lungs, you don't know me, son. You don't know how I feel. I've always felt deep down I could be number one, but I'm locked up and they threw away my key. I promise I won't waste a day. Tonight I'm gonna break away. Trap. There's a God that Lord take me. I never let these laws shape me. I see the frauds in the all sneaky. I'm trapped. I hear my call when these walls hit me. They lock me in like there's no escaping. If I'm asleep, then please wake me. I'm trapped. I need more space. Pushing apart like a galaxy. Crack the coastal, never been safe, never embraced. But don't get it mixed up. Deep down, you know that it will never be the same.
Most people don't feel worthy. What I'm doing now, I could have been doing years ago. But because I did not have a college education, because I didn't believe in myself, because I allowed other people's opinion of me to control my destiny, I didn't act on my ideas.
Thanks so much, everybody. Thank you, Shaq. That was a fantastic way to end the session. Thank you, everybody, for your time this afternoon. I've put a link if you'd like to join us tomorrow for our Lego session. Lego Foundation are presenting on Is Creative Technology a Way to Promote Learning Over Failing? That's 10:30 a.m. tomorrow morning if you'd like to come and join us for that. Other than that, it's been lovely to see you and hope to see you soon. Bye.